Before we go any further, I invite you to take a deep breath with me right now. Inhale through your nose, hold it gently, and exhale slowly. Let go of the tension. Let go of trying to figure it all out. Let go of the question, when will it come? Because in this very moment, we're going to step into something far more powerful than waiting. We're going to step into receiving. And it begins with something so beautifully simple, so healing, so transformational, that most people overlook it completely. It begins with gratitude. Not the kind you force yourself to feel, but the kind that rises up gently when you realize just how loved you are, even before your outer world changes. Just how guided you are, even when things don't make sense yet. There's a quiet power in learning how to say thank you before the miracle shows up. And that's exactly what we're going to practice together right now. I call it the gratitude prayer. And it's not about asking. It's about activating. When you shift your energy into gratitude, you no longer vibrate in the frequency of I don't have. You rise into the frequency of I am open. You move from longing to allowing, and that changes everything. One of my favorite affirmations that has helped so many people shift into this space is this one. Deep at the center of my being, there is an infinite well of gratitude. What happens when you say that slowly, with your hand on your heart? Let's try it together now. Place your hand over your chest. Close your eyes if you feel safe to do so. Breathe into the center of your being and repeat after me. Deep at the center of my being, there is an infinite well of gratitude. I now allow this gratitude to fill my heart, my body, my mind, my consciousness, my very being. This gratitude radiates out from me in all directions, touching everything in my world, and returns to me as more to be grateful for. The more gratitude I feel, the more I am aware that the supply is endless. The use of gratitude makes me feel good. It is an expression of my inner joy. It is a warm fuzzy in my life. I am grateful for myself and for my body. I am grateful for my ability to see and hear, feel and taste and touch. I am grateful for my home, and I take loving care of it. I am grateful for my family and friends, and I rejoice in their company. I am grateful for my work, and I give it my best at all times. I am grateful for my talents and abilities, and I continually express them in ways that are fulfilling. I am grateful for my income, and I know that I prosper wherever I turn. I am grateful for my past experiences, for I know that they were part of my soul's growth. I am grateful for nature, and I am respectful for every living thing. I am grateful for today, and am grateful for the tomorrows to come. Now pause, and let that truth settle. You don't have to force gratitude. You don't have to pretend everything is okay. You just have to feel the tiny opening, the moment where your heart relaxes just a little. That's enough, because gratitude is not performance. It is alignment. And the moment you step into alignment, even just a few inches, the universe begins to respond. Not because you ask louder, but because you are finally open to noticing what's already there. I want you to remember this forever. Gratitude is the magnet of miracles. The more you feel it, the more life flows back to you. Not out of obligation, but out of resonance, out of divine order. You see, my friend, every time you breathe in thankfulness, even before things change, you tell the universe, I trust you. And the universe responds, I trust you too. That's what makes this practice so sacred. It's not about asking for the answer. It's about becoming the kind of energy that can recognize the answer when it appears. Because so often the answer has already arrived. It's just showing up in a form your mind didn't expect. So now the question becomes, how do you know it's coming? How do you recognize the answer to your prayer when it's not always loud or obvious? Sometimes the answer whispers, sometimes it knocks softly before it enters, and sometimes it's been sitting right beside you, waiting for you to notice. Let's go deeper. Let's talk about why it's not that your prayer hasn't been answered. It's that you haven't yet realized that it has. Here's something I want you to hear with your whole heart. You are not being ignored. You are being prepared. You are not being punished with silence. You are being invited into stillness. And stillness is where most people miss the miracle. Because our culture teaches us to look for loud signs, instant results, flashing lights, and quick turnarounds. But the spirit world doesn't operate like a fast food restaurant. The energy of answered prayer is subtle, gentle, layered, and it often arrives quietly, in a moment you weren't even watching. You see, the moment you release a prayer with faith, something begins to shift, not just around you, but within you. The soil of your life begins to rearrange. Invisible roots start forming beneath the surface. Doors begin opening behind the scenes. Conversations are redirected. People are nudged. Opportunities are rerouted. But this movement is quiet. And if you're not tuned to the right frequency, you'll mistake it for delay. You'll say, "Nothing is happening." But I promise you, something always is. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever planted a seed and then dug it up every day to check if it's growing? No, of course not. Because you trust the process. You trust that growth happens underground first. You understand that darkness doesn't mean nothing is working. It means everything is working, but in a way your eyes can't yet see. The same is true with prayer. The answers are germinating in the hidden places. Your job is not to force them. Your job is to hold the soil, to water it with trust, and to let time and spirit do the rest. But here's where it gets tricky. When you're in a season of waiting, doubt creeps in. Old stories come back. You start checking the clock. You compare your timeline to others. You assume silence means rejection. But that's a lie. Silence is often divine confirmation, a holy moment where you are being asked to listen, not with your ears, but with your inner knowing. And here's what I've learned. If you keep doubting the soil, you won't recognize the sprout when it comes. So many people miss their answered prayer because it didn't arrive in the form they expected. You prayed for healing, but it came in the form of letting go of something first. You prayed for abundance, but it showed up as an idea, not a deposit. You prayed for love, but the universe brought you a season of solitude first, to prepare your heart to receive it fully. It's not that the prayer failed, it's that it arrived disguised, and you were too focused on how it should look to see how it actually is. That's why this work, the inner work of awareness, is so important. You have to become a different kind of listener, a gentle one, a trusting one. You must listen with your heart, not your fear, because fear says, it's not here yet. But Spirit says, it's already unfolding. You just have to stay awake, stay open, stay present. You are not required to chase what's meant for you. You are only required to recognize it. But recognition takes clarity, and clarity takes stillness. That's why the most powerful thing you can do today is to slow down, to stop rushing, to stop obsessing over when, Instead, come back to this moment, this breath, this heartbeat, and say, I trust, I receive, I allow. You'll be amazed at what begins to move when you stop gripping and start allowing. So now that you understand why the answer to your prayer may feel hidden, are you ready to begin recognizing the signs? Because they are all around you, and when you know what to look for, your whole energy shifts. Suddenly you don't feel behind. You don't feel ignored. You feel supported, held, loved. And in the next part, I'm going to walk you through 7 clear signs that your prayer is being answered right now. Each sign is a doorway, a confirmation, a whisper from the universe saying, keep going, you're closer than you think. But before we step into that beautiful section, take one more deep breath. Hand over your heart again and softly affirm, even if I don't see it yet, I trust that it's coming. Even if I can't name it yet, I trust that it's working. Even if I feel nothing right now, I trust that the energy is moving on my behalf. You are not lost. You are not stuck. You are not forgotten. You are in the middle of a miracle. If you've experienced even one of these 7 signs lately, I want you to pause and comment below. You're closer than you think. If you've seen 2 or 3 of these signs, take it as confirmation that the energy is already moving on your behalf. And if you recognize 6 or even all 7 of them, something beautiful is already aligning, and blessings may begin to arrive in the next few days. Don't dismiss it. Don't talk yourself out of it. This is real. Life is always speaking. The question is, are you listening? Let's begin gently with the first sign that your prayer has already been answered, even if it doesn't look that way yet. 1. Old things begin to fall apart. Sometimes the first sign of an answered prayer doesn't look like a miracle at all. It looks like things falling apart. The job that once felt stable begins to feel shaky. The friendship you once relied on starts to feel distant. The plan you were counting on starts to dissolve. And you wonder, why is this happening now? Just when I've been praying for change. But here's the deeper truth, my dear. When you ask for healing, life starts removing what hurts. You may not have seen it before. Maybe you weren't ready. But once you ask for transformation, the universe begins clearing the space. That's not a punishment. That's a preparation. It's not the end. It's the beginning. Don't confuse collapse with failure. Breakdown is the doorway to breakthrough. The old structures have to loosen before the new ones can hold. Sometimes the rug gets pulled not to harm you, but to show you that you're stronger than the floor you were standing on. When old things fall, don't panic. Pause, breathe, and affirm, I trust that what is leaving my life is making room for something greater. Say it with me now, gently, 3 times. I trust that what is leaving my life is making room for something greater. I trust that what is leaving my life is making room for something greater. I trust that what is leaving my life is making room for something greater. You are not being destroyed. You are being rebuilt lovingly, precisely, divinely. 2. Unexpected pauses or delays. Have your plans suddenly stalled? Did something you were excited about get postponed, canceled, or rerouted? Did a door close that you were so sure would open? Please don't take it personally. Take it spiritually. One of the clearest signs that your prayer is being answered is when you experience a divine pause, not a rejection, not a punishment, but a rerouting. Because sometimes God delays things not to withhold your blessing, but to protect your alignment. It may feel like nothing is happening. You may feel stuck. But spiritually, there is a rearranging happening behind the curtain. The right timing, the right connections, the right internal preparation. All of it is being lined up in ways your mind cannot see yet. Delays are divine order in disguise. And that's exactly what's happening here. The waiting is not wasted. It's making you ready to receive what you asked for, in full, not in fragments. So the next time a door doesn't open, smile softly and say, "That must not have been my door." The next time a plan falls through, whisper to your heart, "There's a better timeline being prepared." And if you're in a season of stillness, use it to strengthen your inner peace, because once the wave comes, you'll be grateful for the rest you had now. Take a breath and affirm, what feels like a delay is really a divine arrangement. I trust the unseen timeline. I trust the pauses. I trust the pace of my own unfolding. 3. You're drawn to new people or spaces. Has someone entered your life with just the right words at just the right time? Did a video like this appear in your feed when you needed it most? Have you found yourself stumbling into books, messages, or conversations that light something up inside you, even when you didn't go searching? That's not coincidence. That's confirmation. Life is always responding. The question is, are you noticing? When you pray for guidance, life begins to redirect your attention. You may suddenly feel pulled toward a new community, a different location, a new passion or opportunity. And while your mind may question it, your spirit feels a subtle yes. That's alignment speaking. Trust it. Because one of the ways answers come is through atmosphere, through the vibration of places and people that carry the next level of your journey. You don't always get a voice from the sky. Sometimes you get a friend who says, "I believe in you," or a stranger who reminds you who you are, or a mentor or a message or a door that opens and changes your direction forever. Please don't overlook these divine messengers. Don't assume you're imagining it. When something keeps appearing on your path, stop and listen. What if it's not random? What if it's the answer you've been waiting for, just dressed in an unfamiliar form? Life doesn't shout, life whispers. And the more you honor the subtle, the more obvious the signs become. Affirm with me, I recognize the signs, I trust the nudges, I allow new spaces and people to carry me toward the next chapter of my answered prayer. 4. You start releasing control. There comes a moment when the grip begins to loosen. You stop asking when and start saying, "I trust." You stop trying to make everything happen and begin allowing things to unfold. And this is not giving up, it's rising up. Letting go is not defeat, it is spiritual maturity. It means you're finally safe enough in your own energy to allow life to co-create with you. Control is a fear response. It's what we do when we don't trust that we'll be okay. But the moment you begin to release that grip, the moment you stop holding your breath, you become magnetic to miracles. Why? Because now you're no longer blocking the flow with force. You're opening to receive with grace. And this shift doesn't always feel dramatic. It might feel like waking up one day and not being anxious, or going a whole afternoon without checking for a sign, or smiling at your reflection and saying, "It's okay, I don't know what's coming, but I know I'm supported." That's a miracle. That's healing. That's evidence that your energy has elevated. Because once you stop begging, you start becoming. And what you become, you attract. If you felt even a small shift in this area, celebrate it. You are not going backward. You are evolving. You are preparing yourself vibrationally for the very thing you've been praying for, and that's powerful. Take a breath with me now. Place your hand over your heart and affirm, I let go, I allow, I trust. What is meant for me is already on its way, and I don't have to force it to find me. 5. Inner peace quietly replaces desperation. There is a quiet moment, almost imperceptible, when something inside you shifts. You wake up, and for the first time in a while, you're not desperate. You're not grasping, begging, pushing, or overthinking. You're simply here, present, whole. There may still be questions, but they don't rule you. There may still be uncertainty, but it doesn't paralyze you. And that stillness you feel, that gentle calm that enters without fanfare, that is one of the clearest signs that your prayer has already been received. Peace is the first sign of answered prayer, not the last, not the final result, the first. We've been taught to look for evidence outside of us. The check in the mail, the phone call, the open door, but the real miracle always begins inside, when your nervous system starts to relax, when your chest feels open, when your heart no longer races at the unknown. That is the beginning of the manifestation, not the end. Because peace is not a byproduct of the answer. Peace is the answer. And once you begin to embody that frequency, the outer shifts start to match it. You no longer need proof. You become the proof. If you've been feeling an odd sense of contentment, even though nothing has changed yet, that is your confirmation. Your soul has already received the answer. It may take a few more days for the physical world to catch up, but the energy has shifted. Something is aligning in silence, and your peace is the announcement. Affirm it gently with me now. I welcome peace. I honor peace. I trust peace as my sacred sign. My prayer is already in motion. Say it softly 3 times. Let it echo inward. Let your breath slow. Let your body relax. There is no need to chase. My prayer is already in motion. My prayer is already in motion. My prayer is already in motion. 6. Signs begin to repeat. Dreams, numbers, phrases. Have you been seeing the same number show up again and again? 11:11, 4:44, 3:33. Have you been hearing the same phrase, word, or message from multiple sources, as if life is trying to nudge you, gently but consistently, towards something? Maybe it's a lyric in a song, a quote in a video, a line in a book. Or perhaps you've been having recurring dreams, patterns, symbols, images that whisper to you beyond language. If so, you are in the presence of divine feedback. This is not your imagination. This is alignment communicating with you in the language of repetition. When signs start to repeat, it means the spiritual signal is strong. You've tuned your frequency. You've become sensitive to the subtle. And that is a gift, because the universe rarely shouts. It speaks softly, but when it wants your attention, it repeats itself, not to annoy you, but to affirm you, to gently say, yes, keep going. You're right on time. These synchronicities are not just signs. They are soul echoes, evidence that the unseen world is walking with you, guiding you, responding to your heart's energy. Don't dismiss them. Don't ask for louder proof. Just breathe and respond with awe. Because these little nudges are like breadcrumbs leading you back to your highest path. The repeating numbers, the dreams, the perfectly timed messages, they are all reminders that you are not alone, and your prayer is being nurtured in unseen ways. Close your eyes for a moment and whisper this truth with me. I notice the signs. I welcome the whispers. I receive the message. I am on the right path. Say it again, this time with your hand over your heart. I am on the right path. I am on the right path. I am on the right path. Your soul recognizes the signs even before your mind does. Trust that knowing. It's older than fear. 7. You begin to feel grateful for no reason. And now, the final sign, the most powerful one of all. The sign that tells you your prayer has not only been heard, but that you have become the receiver. It's this. You begin to feel grateful before anything even changes. No big breakthrough, no dramatic miracle, but your heart swells with thanks anyway. You wake up and say, "Thank you." You walk through your day and smile at nothing. You pause, and you feel tears come, not from sadness, but from a holy sweetness you can't quite explain. That is gratitude, and that is the gateway. You see, the highest vibrational state is not achievement. It is appreciation. Gratitude is the magnet that draws answered prayers to you, not because you've earned them, but because you've aligned with them. When you're in a state of genuine gratitude, you are already living in the reality of your answered prayer, even before the package arrives. That's how powerful your energy is. Gratitude says to life, I trust you so much, I'm already celebrating. I trust you so deeply, I'm already smiling. I don't need to see it, I can feel it. And when you start giving thanks before anything happens, life responds faster than ever. Why? Because your energy has become fertile soil. You are no longer asking in desperation. You are receiving in expectation. That subtle shift changes everything. It's not about pretending. It's about trusting. It's about waking up and saying, thank you for the love that's coming. Thank you for the answer I already feel. Thank you for the healing that's unfolding now. Repeat it slowly. Breathe between each line. Thank you for the love that's coming. Thank you for the answer I already feel. Thank you for the healing that's unfolding now. When you give thanks with no reason, you open the gates. You become a vibrational match to blessings that haven't arrived yet. And that means they can come sooner, with ease, with beauty, with divine timing. So if you've been feeling unusually thankful lately, for the sunrise, for your breath, for a kind word, that's not random. That's resonance. That's the final and deepest sign. Your heart has already received the answer, and now your life will begin to reflect it. You know, for a long time, I would pray with words, but not always with feeling. I would say the right things. I would repeat affirmations. I would even visualize the outcome I wanted. But something was missing. I didn't realize that prayer, true, powerful, transformational prayer, is not a script. It's a frequency. It's not what you say, it's how you feel when you say it. That's the secret no one teaches. And when I learned to bring my emotions into the prayer, something inside me shifted. Life began to move differently. Answers came faster. Peace stayed longer. Doors opened gently. So if you want to anchor the energy of answered prayer, if you want to lock it in, not just mentally, but emotionally and spiritually, here's what I invite you to do. Start your morning with the gratitude prayer, but don't just read it like a list. Feel it. Let your whole body speak it. Let your chest open. Let your breath deepen. Let your spirit sing with every word. Now here's the next step. Don't just give thanks for general things. Go specific. Begin to link your gratitude to what you are currently expecting. Speak about the thing you've prayed for, as if it's already done, as if it's already yours, as if you're just now unwrapping it in your spirit before it arrives at your door. Say it with me now. I am grateful for the job that is already mine. I am grateful for the financial breakthrough that is already on the way. I am grateful for the healing that is already happening in my body. I am grateful for the restoration that is already being woven into my relationships. I am grateful for the peace that's moving through my home. I am grateful for the clarity that's lighting up my next step. I am grateful for the divine guidance that shows me the way forward. You see, this is not about lying to yourself. This is about aligning yourself, aligning with what you've asked for, aligning with the field of infinite potential, aligning with the version of you who already has the thing and who is calmly, joyfully, peacefully living inside that answer. When you pray this way, you create an energetic stamp, an imprint of expectation that attracts the very thing you are ready to receive. You may want to write it down too. Create your own version of the gratitude prayer and bless your day with it every morning. Make it personal. Make it yours. Use your own words, your own dreams, your own unique vision of what you are ready for, and let it become a sacred ritual, the way you open the spiritual gates of your day, not out of force, but out of flow, out of connection, out of joy. And most of all, trust this. Life hears emotion more than words. Speak your prayer like you mean it. Feel your gratitude like it's real. Because it is. You're not waiting anymore. You're walking in it. You're meeting it halfway. You're loving it into form. And the more consistently you bless the energy, the more stable it becomes, the more real it becomes, the more visible it becomes, until one day it shows up so clearly in front of you that you smile and say, "Of course. I knew this was coming," because you did. Deep down, you did. Let's finish today with a few final affirmations, not just to repeat, but to inhabit. These are not mantras you whisper in fear. These are declarations you speak in alignment. These are identity statements, soul reminders. Let them wash over you. Let them root inside you. Say them with your hand on your heart. Say them with your eyes closed. Say them with the intention to bless every corner of your life, even the unseen ones. I am not waiting. I am recognizing. I no longer chase. I no longer strive. I no longer panic. I see what is already mine. I recognize it. I honor it. I allow it. I expect it. Everything I've prayed for is finding its way to me now. Not someday. Not maybe. Now. The path is being cleared. The timing is aligning. The pieces are falling into place behind the scenes. I don't need to see it all. I feel it. I trust it. I know. I am aligned with divine timing. I am open. I am ready. I am receiving. I don't rush the process. I dance with it. I flow with it. I respect the sacred unfolding. I'm not impatient. I'm prepared. I'm not restless. I'm receptive. I open my hands and say, I am ready. I am ready. I am ready because I am. And right now, in this moment, I bless you. Whoever you are, wherever you are, I bless the dream you're holding, even if no one else understands it yet. I bless the healing you're walking through, even if it's invisible to others. I bless your morning, your evening, your transition, your journey. I bless the version of you that is being born right now, the version that walks in peace, in clarity, in love, in joy, the version of you that no longer wonders if it's working because you feel that it is, the version of you that doesn't just speak to life, but listens, receives, smiles, and says, Thank you. I am ready now.